Welcome back to Riding Bikes in San Diego. We have done a little bit of shopping and are carrying our things on a bike, leaving the best parking spot at the place. And we're going to make it through the parking lot to leave. And this video is going to cover a few things. One, I find it really interesting that we're at these stores that are very big, but really the biggest thing here is the parking lot. There is a lot of parking that is covering way more square footage than all of these stores combined. You got an IKEA, a Lowe's, a Costco, and then a bunch of smaller stores over here. But this parking lot is just gigantic. But we're going to get out of here. The other thing that this video is about is disconnection. I should be able to go straight from here, and once I make this right, it'd be great if I could hang a left and take that Fenton Parkway bridge that isn't there, but we're going to get it, and I'll put those plans in the description yet again. Without the Fenton Parkway bridge, I don't have a lot of options to safely get to another bike lane. I could go up to Friars here. I could make a right, go to Friars Road, but that is a very high-speed road with drivers getting on and off to go to Qualcomm and things like that. It's super high speed. So I'm going to take this road, which is a residential street. Okay, we got parking on one side, we have 2 lanes, and there's a median, and that median is going to give way to a turning lane, and then there are 2 more lanes in parking. But for a big stretch here, this is residential. After that, it becomes like an office park. The argument I would make is that there's no reason why we need 2 lanes in each direction on this street. There should be a bike lane over here. If only because we need safe routes to get places. And there's a bike lane coming up on Qualcomm Road. We're going to take it, and you'll see that in this video. And then we're going to go over Texas. But the amount of gaps in the bike lane in that road, or that route rather, is really absurd. There are other people biking here. This is a couple. One guy's in the street, his partner is up on the sidewalk, because there should be a bike lane over here. I feel the same way about this road as I do about Lake Murray between Marengo and El Paso. There's no reason why it needs to be 2 lanes in each direction. What's happening here is that drivers are using this road instead of Friars. Friars is a super high speed road, but they didn't want to go north. They get this other option. I don't want to go north either. It's not safe for me, so I'm going to take this option. And I've thought about, well, I could just backtrack through the park like I did yesterday, but I'm not trying to go east from here. I'm trying to go west. I'm not going back to where I came from. I'm going someplace else. And why do I need to add on miles and miles to go a much shorter distance? Luckily, this is a pretty low traffic road. I've never been on this road when it's backed up or anything like that. This feels like the norm, especially on a Sunday when a lot of people are doing traffic and going to home stores and Costco and things like that. This is a route that is serving that big shopping center, but it's serving drivers primarily. Even over here, we have all this red curb. This is wasted space. You know, we have the space for parking, but nobody's parking there, and the road's in pretty lousy condition anyway. I would really love to see some kind of improvement happen here. This has been Rio San Diego Drive, and we're going to get off of that here, merge on over to make a left. There are some places that have bike lanes that are designed for this kind of left turn. I'm thinking of Jackson to get onto Mission Gorge, but now we get into just the smallest amount of bike paint. Again, this is all residential to the right here. We're also approaching a trolley station. It's the next stop after that trolley station that we encountered that's in the park and over by that IKEA. It'd be great if the residents over here could more safely bike. This bike paint takes us over the river here, and there's a little path to walk on. That's actually a very nice feature. I've never walked on it myself, but I'm sure it serves the people in the neighborhood when it doesn't flood. This area routinely floods when it rains heavily, but the bike paint here is going to give away, and now we have a bunch of traffic, and we're getting into Caltrans land. So there are these drivers here. I'm just going to get on through there, pardon me. And then there's no bike facility or infrastructure of any kind going over this road here. We are going to make do. Luckily, when there's a lot of traffic, drivers are slowed down, so drivers are going relatively slow. We were able to get over Camino del Rio North here, and then we were just able to get over these entrances and exits to the freeway, and this is a quiet little clover leaf right here, so we were able to get on over. And we have this little bit of paint. I don't even want to call this a bike lane. This is a shoulder. I don't think there's any indication that this is actually a bike lane. And I'm going to have to get on over yet again to cross the entrance to the freeway. Now, somebody might be watching this and asking, why are you doing this? There's got to be a better way. There isn't. I mean, there's not a better way. I showed you how I got here, and that required riding out of my way quite a bit. This is the next crossing to the west. Beyond here, the other crossing is quite similar to this. It's an overpass with entrances onto the freeway, and that connects with Camino del Rio South. And then beyond that, we have another road that just, mirrors the same kind of design. There's no safe passage over the freeways that Caltrans is providing to people on bikes, or pedestrians for that matter. I feel horrible. I mean, there's sidewalk here, but did you see any paint? Did you see any really zebra striping to get across these places? I don't know how these lights are timed, but clearly cars have the priority. And I want to get here. And in theory, the city wants me to get here. Watch this. We just have to make it through one more traffic light intersection, and this bike lane starts up. This lane is here on Texas. It's buffered. It's got these crappy little flex posts. This is such a huge improvement over what was here. This bike lane had to be built as part of a residential development further down the road, but we'll talk about that another day. Until then, we are going to drive less and ride our bike. Thanks so much.